What's going on, guys? This is one of those videos I've wanted to do for a while, just haven't gotten to. What I want to do is take a piece of wood and on one side put a black heavy stain, sand it off, and on the other side just use the color. That way you can kind of see what a black base does versus a non-black base with a couple of different colors. So we'll try a red, yellow, blue, green. I think that works. We'll try a couple different colors. We'll see how many we can get to fit with the actual color and shading that we want. We're going to go with Angelus black leather dyes. I've got a book matched piece of wood here from Kimball Hardwoods, the world's greatest supplier of figured maple. This is a beautiful piece of flame maple. Some nice coloring running through it, some really deep flecks. Whatever stain I put on this, it's going to look good. Some really nice figure lines. So what we'll do is we'll stain this, tape it, and then add some color. Again, we're going with Angelus black leather dye, a clean t-shirt that's been washed, I don't know, 50, 60 times. We'll put 2 coats on this piece. This has been sanded to 320, and then we're going to go ahead, let this dry, then we'll hand sand it off and apply the 2 different colors and see what they do. Again, I always say to put 2 coats on, helps even out the coloring. Kind of gives you a great thought of what this is going to look like. This is closer to 3 coats, but I want to make sure I get the coloring even across this board. Alright, so we're going to let this sit for 12 hours, let it completely dry, and then we'll come back and sand it. Try not to get stain all over everything. But we'll be right back. So this is the open grit sandpaper, and it's 320. Pull it off and actually start with 220. Try and clamp the board down so it doesn't move around too much. And then you want to get a nice even coat of black. So careful how you're sanding and make sure the color looks the same. So this is back to 320. Alright, so we sanded that off with 220, and then we went up to 320, and it just gets it to be kind of guitar ready. So this side obviously has been sanded to 320, no stain. This is the black sand. What I want to do is just take some naphtha and put some liquid on here to show you how much this figure is going to light on fire. So you can kind of do this before you put any stain on and see what it's going to look like. And that's beautiful. It's funny, I'm picking up a little of the black dust just floating around. Naphtha doesn't leave a residue and is perfect for cleaning the wood. That's what I use it for. Some of you guys asked before. So then now, if you just put a finish over the black, that's how outstanding it would look like. So this doesn't really pull up any of the dye like so, but you can do a comparison to see on these 2 pieces what black sanded back looked like and what just regular finish would look like. So we'll let this now dry for at least 12 hours, then we'll come back and we'll start putting some stain on it to show you guys what the differences are. But just a difference between black sanded and not sanded, or no black. Alright, we are back. We've got a black side that's been sanded and a other side that hasn't. Got 6 rags and 6 colors. We're going to do brown, red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. We're not going to go with purple because that's usually too dark. You have to cut it, and I've done a bunch of purple videos. So we'll start with blue first, and we'll come across the non-stained side first. This is actually light blue. The dark blue is too dark. So that's blue. And if I put it over the black, you'll just show so much more depth. Than the blue. You can specifically see that right there versus right there. Here you have sort of just blue, and here you've got the black and blue, and the black and blue looks so much better. So then we'll move to green. We're actually using Kelly green. Last video I was out of green, so we'll go with Kelly green again. We'll go on the non-black side. Looks awesome. Looks good. I could do another coat. Run out of stain. You see how good that second coat looks. Really evens it out. And then we go to the black stain side. And again, so much more depth. You can just see how much more that black highlights. Really gives it that secondary depth in color. Yellow is a little bit of a pain. It doesn't look good with black. But we'll try that here. Again, non-stained side. Picking up a little bit of green. And then we'll go black stained side. The cap was loose on this when I grabbed it, so got a little bit of a mess here. And then here's the black stained side. This would actually look a ton better with brown, but since we are sticking with the black theme, you can see the huge difference. Look at that. Unbelievable, actually. Didn't think it would be that noticeable, to be quite honest. Alright, next color is going to be orange. Again, we'll work this over on the unstained side. You can see the orange is just slightly darker than the yellow. And this will look really good with the black. I've done a lot of these. Brown looks good too. Sometimes I prefer brown just depending on the color of the wood. But you can see how good that looks. The only thing I don't like about black and yellow or orange is that it sometimes looks a little splotchy, and that would be this right here. I call that splotchy. So that is why I don't like orange and yellow with black. Brown, you don't get that same effect. So then now we will do red. Again, unstained side first. Sometimes red you don't need to put the black base down. Two coats, not a lot of depth there, to be quite honest. And here it's on fire. Look at that. Significantly better. Don't pick up that much black, but look at that. See, with the red, you don't get the splotchiness as you do with the orange or the yellow, but that looks sharp. And then last but not least, we will do a brown. That cap was loose too. I've done some stupid stuff with these stains, mostly being all over my floor here. Alright, so here's brown. This is not the dark brown, this is just regular brown. That looks beautiful. Now watch as we go over to the black stain side. Surprised at how much more dark the orange is than the brown, but you can see the orange turns splotchy, the brown does not. I'm actually going to come back with dark brown. This is the dark brown. A lot of times you'll see me when I'm staining, I'll use a mix of dark brown and black. This will darken it up. I know this isn't perfect, but at least I can show you what this looks like here. Slightly darker. Tiger's Eye is really the dark brown and black. You can see what regular brown looks like. The red and black look outstanding. The orange and black, not so much. The yellow and black, not so much. This is where you would actually want to use brown sanded back, not black. You can see the splotchiness. I don't know why it happens. And then the green and the blue look outstanding. And the blue and the green look great, and the red look great. The brown looks great. Just these two, not so much. But you can see what it looks like with just a dye applied to it, and then a dye with the black base. Sometimes when I do these, I'll mix colors going back and forth. I'll put a black first or a brown first, or I don't want to absorb the dye too much. A lot of it is back and forth. So if you guys have questions about staining a top, send them to me. Send me what you want me to make or whatever. I do a lot of those for you guys. I want this color. Got a lot of stuff I got to work on through the winter, so send me what you want to do. I've definitely got to do the blue-green stain. That will be with a black base. This just doesn't look as good. I've also got to do, what was the other color? More turquoise. I've done a lot of turquoise. That you could just put right on. You don't really need to do a black. You want to put maybe a blue down first and then the turquoise. But tons of different color options. Wanted to give you guys a view of a test so you understand what you're looking at. So thanks for watching. If you like guitar related content, please comment, like, and subscribe. And if you want to be a member for $5 a month, you get access to all of my giveaways and my personal cell phone number where we can go back and forth and I can give you some feedback and advice. So again, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.